Of Russell Township, ran recently for councillor of Russell Township, and because of electronic voting he didn't get elected, and only because of electronic voting, Ron Barr. Share some words of wisdom.
I'm not going to take long. I'm depressed hearing all the things that are happening, but you know what? I'm going to critique everybody here. Mr. Brown, we wish him luck.
Yes, I like him.
With regard to that. It was nice meeting him. A fresh new face, no baggage. I didn't really understand the 32 that were the innkeepers of the demise of the PC party, which is a shame. I still have mixed emotion. I committed to be in the Lisa McLeod's team. I'm in a little bit of an unusual situation where I really have to be careful with my truckers, because eventually she will win, lose, or draw. She'll be a high-profile person in any kind of organization they have. So, I have to be careful. But I'm going to really weigh out my options with my board of directors and make a decision of who we will back. But again, I've got to be careful. I'm sick of backing losers. Really? Me too! I think I said the guy Animal, and I'll get to him in a minute, but I was, after that provincial election, I was absolutely, I was done. I was so worn out from elections, I didn't want to see one. And the municipal, you want to go by? No. Go ahead, no problem. So, we've got to be careful. I don't know why we lost. I know why we lost. We backed Hudak. I supported him. I had a big truck rally. We spent $60,000 to put this rally together, and it's basically materialized into a flat event by virtue of Hudak coming out with the $100,000 jobs. I pleaded with the man to sit down with small to medium-sized businesses like I run 7 of them, and he should have sat down with me and asked, Ron, how can we get you more energetic into hiring your neighbors? I think that would have worked versus going out and slashing 100,000 jobs, especially when on the other side of the mouth we were going to create 1 million jobs. It just didn't work. The math wasn't there, and hence the situation we're in. I went to Queen's Park. I'm a bit of a political animal at Queen's Park. I was at the throne speech. And you get to know the union guys there because of the slicks there with the nice hair and the nice suits and such. And so I engaged with a couple of them, introduced myself as the Greater Ottawa General Manager. And it was funny that they admitted to me that they never ever thought there would be a majority. They thought that Horwath would still continue to have a little bit of power by virtue of her being the decided factor on both of the power players, both the PCs and the Liberals. With regards to the election and the overwhelming Liberal win, these union guys think they pushed them too far, and they will, and they're going to get punished for the next 2 years, because Wynn's going to have to do what Wynn's going to have to do in the best interest of the province, heavens forbid. But year 3 and 4, trust me, they will give it all back to buy the next election. I think Shirley said it most best when she said to me just recently that we're in trouble for the next 8 to 12 years with regards to Liberals. There's no way we're going to build the momentum as the PCs. No matter who's in. But you know what? We can't give up. I am depressed right now listening to all the speeches right now, but I'm an optimist. There is better days. With regards to Jack McLaren, Jack McLaren's a great person for our groups. He's a champion of the cause. He did walk the bridge with me. He got a tremendous amount of press. I do agree with him. He's got that was the best picture he'll have hanging on his wall of us walking the bridge. It was important to do, and we've got to keep up that momentum. What sidetracked us with that momentum is both a provincial and a municipal election. But I've got to get back onto it. I've had a meeting 2 days ago with the Ontario Dump Truck Association. So we're going to do something provincially to really shake it up, and it might revolve around the Parliament or the Queen's Park in Toronto. I want to bring up Guy Animal. Guy, you did a great job fighting Shirelli. I don't know why. This guy does deserve. I've never met Guy before this election, but he's a very well-spoken guy. I think he would have been perfect. You're going against the establishment at City Hall, but you know what? You're a very well-spoken individual. You've got a passion for the drive. I hope, like hell, Guy, you run it 4 years, because I think you're going to hit prime time sooner than later. And you know what? We certainly appreciate your efforts. It sucks when you lose, but I think you were very, very classy when you said it was the best learning experience, and you met a tremendous amount of people. You know what? That's the tart of a champion that says, you know what? I lost. The people weren't wrong. But you know what? Your better days are best to come, so you, way to go. I applaud you. And here's a guy that's a caretaker for his mother. Isn't that something? That is so special. Congratulations. That's when I read that.
So she doesn't suffer elder abuse in nursing homes.
Dano, would you cut that out? We don't need hecklers in here. I'm the only heckler here. This is Shirley Mosley. I tell her story. Everybody's heard the story about Shirley Mosley. She's like this. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah. She wants to ask me who's going to win the race today because she wagers on it. Anyway, where's Mr. Jean-Charles Brisson? He's a good friend of mine. A lot of people, I'm passionate against the French language. I ran for mayor 4 years ago because I have an accounting background and I couldn't drive a grader in my community. And people say I hate the French. Well, he's one of my best friends. Toxic as hell. It's toxic as hell, but, and you know what? I tricked him into buying my ticket today, and if he thinks he's getting paid back, no way. No way. But, Serge is the kind of individual that, has taken the flight to challenge the government. And you wouldn't believe how many people scurry away from him. But he's the kind of guy that's going to march in the front. And one day when he's successful, Beth and I and all of this group are going to be right beside him. Because I stood with him, Serge, all the way, and Guy and everybody. But you watch everybody going to join the crowd when he does finally break through. They're going to be marching right back. But Serge, I'm sure you're going to remember who was with you through thick and thin. And you've had some terrible times, haven't you? It's cost them some family relationships, community relationships, harassment and such. But you know what, Serge? I don't blame bylaw. Your property's a mess. Your property's a mess. I probably made the phone call. I'd like to thank, you've got the likes of Beth, and you've got Kim, and you've got all this language fairness group. What a great group to continue to put these events on and get kicked around day after day, time after time. And you know what I heard when I was running for election? And I make wine now. If you can believe it, a month ago I wasn't making wine. 4 years ago, a lady that won $20 million in a lottery approached me to help her out. She bought a winery, I helped her out with that, and then I left her, and she bought another one. We just closed yesterday. I'm the winemaker now. I've been extensively learning wine for the last month. I've got 7,300 bottles of wine underway, over 105,000, driving me nuts though. But you've got the likes of Beth. And when I ran for mayor, or when I ran for council this time, one of the biggest discouraging things, and lucky I've got like some pretty strong cojones, because you know what I heard, and Serge heard, I would win, I'd do very well with these debates in Emblem and stuff, and Serge would hear, well, too bad he didn't speak French, I'd like to vote for him. And you know what? People come up to me and said, you should learn French. I'm not going to learn French to cater, but I'm going to run in 4 more years, and I'm going to keep shoving it down their throats. The moment I get elected, trust me, it's going to be bilingual meetings, because a lot of times they're in French. I've been to meetings at that town hall where English people are yelling out, we can't understand what's going on or what's being said, but they don't care. They carry on. That doesn't look like it's pointing at me. Get that pointed at me. It's more at you. She looks like a candy cane here.
He's prettier.
She is prettier, yeah, but by the duo. But so I would hear these comments, and then I would. I was the only one in the debates that says one of my mandates that I will do is I will work hard at reversing which should never have happened in the first instance was the bilingual sign bylaw.
That's right.
We had over 3,000 signatures. 3,000 signatures that were against this bylaw that was presented to council, ignored. There was apparently 32 that wanted the bilingual sign bylaw, and they won the day. So I am the one that said publicly twice in the debates that I was going to make a wrong a right and do what it should have been all along, is it should have been optional with some incentives to maybe a tax break. But you know what? We keep getting it shoved deeper and deeper down our throats, and it's easy for a guy like me, after hearing, oh, they would vote for me if I had spoke French. It's easy for me to go away, but I can't go away because that's what they want. The minority continues to attack the majority, guys like me. Hopefully we go away, but we can't go away. We got to keep coming to these events. We got to keep fighting at these events.
Absolutely.
And we just got to support the guys. I'm going to tell you, if Mr. Brown wins this thing, and I'm disappointed, and I'm going to tell him next time I see him, that Dana was not allowed to tape his thing because that was a directive from his group. Why?
I'll tell you why.
You tell me why.
No,
You get up here in the camera so they know who you're talking about, because you're this tall beside me. Come on, tell me
I'm
why.
waiting for a question period.
Okay, but
everybody in the room
okay.
knows why.
I don't.
Video,
I don't know why. I think, what is it?
Because if you're on Facebook, it's called trollers, and then they take it from there.
Well, you know what? I have a problem with somebody that cannot stand in front of a group, in front of a camera,
Yep.
and tell us what he's going to believe, because what is it? He's saying some things that could be used against him in the future. To me, that is not right.
Okay, that's
that
your
is not
opinion.
me.
That's hiding.
I hope it's your reason why.
Or
No,
else,
it's not.
or else he's telling every specific group what they want to hear.
Well, you know,
No,
that
he's
could happen.
not.
Well, let's hope not.
All right, so I do want to. I'm going to ask you a question
You know
after
what,
with
Ron?
regards to that, because I want to know the answer.
Ron?
Does anybody know why it wasn't
Yes.
taped today?
Yes, Ron.
Fire.
I'll tell you
Yes.
why. There's 5 horses in a race right now.
Yeah.
And there would be 4 other teams that would be dissecting that tape
Yes.
as to him what he said to this group.
Yeah.
And if that camera was on, he couldn't have spoken to us today the way he did.
Yeah.
Because as soon as it's posted on the internet and social media,
Yeah.
not the Liberals would take him to task.
Yeah.
The other teams would take him to task.
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Now-
Patrick said this, Patrick said that.
I
What did you say here?
love Jack McLaren.
Yeah.
A couple of events ago, in these things, somebody says, well, why don't you come out against bilingualism? He said it would be political suicide, guy. So you know what? I have a problem with that. I would love to see a politician be an honest politician and let the chips fall where they may.
There is no
What I'm
such
sick
thing.
There's no
about.
such
What
thing
I'm
as
sick-
an honest
No such
politician,
thing.
Ron.
Pardon me?
I was going to call you Ron Smith. I don't know.
You haven't,
Have you ever met an honest politician yet?
No.
I don't care what party they
no,
belong
but
to.
still.
Well, there
Are you
go.
heckling again?
Shirley's
Yes, I
right.
am. And just wait till question period comes.
Uh-oh.
Question period.
Yes, time's up.
Yes, come on.
All right. So in closing, you know, I applaud everybody. I will run again in 4 years. I will do it a little bit differently next year.
Yeah, you'll learn French.
No, I won't learn French. I will not learn French. I've been told. But anyway, congratulations for coming here. I want Shirley's question right now. Because go ahead, Shirley.
I got 3, sir. Oh, do I
You
have
get
to
one.
stand up?
You
No,
get one.
3.
Yeah, stand up because you stand on the chair so I can see
Stand
it.
up, you get all 3.
I can't see it. Go ahead, Shirley. Yeah, put
Okay,
it on her.
first of all,
Yeah.
you said you're going to